Good morning, folks. Jacob Folger here, artist sculptor, and today we're going to make an owl. I've got a few owls that I made in the past here, so you can see. And I actually recommend that you have a picture or a sculpture of the thing that you're going to make in sculptural form, not like life form, because you're going to get a lot more information from a sculpture than you can get from a picture of a live owl. Okay? Now, this is really important, this next thing. I do try to read the comments. And I was reading through the comments today, and people were saying things like, my clay isn't working well, do I have to wet it, all this stuff like, well, this is what I recommend. I'm a sculptor, keep in mind. I have been for many, many years, and the clay that I have been using all these many years, the self-hardening clay, is Marblex. 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 I highly recommend that you get Marblex. I hope I have made that clear to you today. That is Marblex. It comes out of the bag when you get it, just like this. See how soft that is and wonderful? See that? That's how it comes. And you can sculpt it really easily. It works great. It's a fantastic medium. I'm going to take a little bit. It comes out of the bag. I don't have to knead it. I don't have to do anything. I'm rolling it off screen because I don't have much room here. Like that, a little ball. Okay. I'm just going to smooth it a little bit with my thumb. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth it a little bit with my thumb and kind of shape it a little bit. And I'm going to maybe have them leaning a little bit to add some kind of life to it. You know, I'm pressing down on the table here so that I can sort of shape it like that. So I know it's going to sit like that, see? Now, I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to press in like this. And kind of shape the beginning of his face. Just to kind of get that to kind of come forward a little bit. You can squeeze like that with your fingers. Look at this one as a guide. Don't have a lot of room here, but maybe we can get an idea from that, okay? Okay. Let me get a look, and I'll put them away from there. Okay. And you can sort of shape the beginning of the face. So it's sort of coming out of the clay like that. It should sit there okay. Basically, we're just trying to shape where his eyes are going to go. Okay, that's not bad. And maybe have like a little bit of an indentation here. Okay. Now, they have this community thing on the channel page, and I am going to post a picture or two of the owls that I've made, and maybe this one today. That way, you can just go there, and you don't have to have, you can just work from pictures. And I'll post several on there today when I post this video. Okay, so that gives us a little bit to start with, and that's what it looks like. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take a ball tool, and I'm going to make an indentation here for one eye socket, and another one here for the other eye socket. Like that. And now I'm going to get a little bit more clay here. Set him back here just out of the way for a minute. And roll a ball for his eyeball. And I'm just going to drop it in there and see if it fits. Oh, it fits. Great. Okay. Now, I'm going to roll another eyeball. The same size. It's the same size? No, it's not. Take a little clay off. Roll it again. Oh, it's the same size. Great. Okay. Put that in there, like that. And this one there, like that. And now we have two eyes. Now I'm going to take a paintbrush. This is a paintbrush. And I'm going to, just to make it interesting, I'm going to make his eyes looking to the left by making a hole in there, which will be his pupil. Like that. So now it looks like he's looking that way. Just for fun. Okay? Now, I'm going to take a little bit of clay, tiny bit, and I'm going to create eyelids. So I roll a little noodle of clay, and it looks like this. And I put that right there on top of his eye. And then I can blend that in, like that. And now, there's the eyelid. I'm going to get another piece of clay, and I'm going to put it on here, like that. And blend it in. Just using my thumb to blend it in. Okay, I'm getting there. Now I'm going to take this ball tool, right here, a little bit smaller, and I'm just going to kind of blend this and sculpt it a little bit and just kind of get it looking okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball tool. Now notice how what would be the white of his eyeball, which is above the pupil, is showing. It looks kind of weird, so I'm going to reshape the pupils of the eye to be up under the eyelid, just so it looks better. From now, it looks a little bit better. Okay, we're getting there. Now, I'm going to just push in a little bit around here to kind of reshape his face. Like that. And maybe just gently pinching above his eyes to kind of frame in his eyes. It's kind of a cute little guy, isn't it? So we got that. Now we need a beak. So we're going to roll a little bit of clay, like this. This is too big. Roll a ball, start with a ball, and then roll it into like a little oblong shape like that. And we're going to put it on here. And maybe what we'll do is bring this up like that. And blend it in. Let's shape it with our fingers. We can take a little bit of clay and just sort of frame in his eye, like that. We can take the ball tool and blend it in. Blend it in all the way around. There we go. We're coming. It's a little bit rough right now because we're still in the sculpting and design stage. And we'll get it looking real good here after a little bit. We can do that. Alright. And then use the ball tool to sculpt this in. There we go. Okay, so we're just shaping the face now a little bit. And actually we can add just a little bit of clay, trying to frame in the face. Just be careful about the eyes. You want to be really gentle around the eyes. Blend this in around here. Now you can definitely do this in polymer clay too. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know, I do recommend. I have seen people say, I've seen people comment about, I only work in polymer clay. You know, I really highly recommend that if you guys want to be artists, that you try other mediums, because, you know, there's so much you can do. There's so many things. You should see my studio. It would blow your mind. I mean, there is so many experimentations and things going on. All kinds of things. I'm constantly experimenting with new mediums and this and that, and totally inventing new ideas and combining different things. I'll be sharing some of that. I'm gonna try to open it up for you guys and just let you see everything, because you know, you can really, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm really glad, I'm really lucky that I became an artist, and it's been a good life for me, I have to say. So anyways, yeah, I use a lot of, I try everything. I just, whatever comes to mind, and then I try it, and I make it, and I do it, and yep. So I'm going to just kind of shape this with and maybe keep shaping it. You know, just by squeezing and to achieve what I'm trying to do, the look I'm trying to get. But mostly, I think he's pretty cute. I do. I think he's pretty cute. Like that, I'm kind of leaning like that. You know, like that. And just shaping here. That's looking pretty good. I can take a, let's see, here, bear with me a minute, a soft brush like this, a little bit of water. I got a cup of water off to the side. I'm going to be really careful about his eyes. I don't want the brush to touch his pupils because they could become a real muddy mess in a short period of time. But yeah, this is a nice way to just smooth, you know, definitely nice, and it's actually kind of soothing. I like smoothing clay. It's nice. And it's a small brush and really not a lot of water. Just keep it light on the water. See, I'm being very careful about the eyes, trying not to get too close. I want to get a little bit of clay, just a little bit, and kind of define his beak a little bit more, like that. Bring it down below his eye area, like that. And I can use the ball tool to kind of blend that in. Yeah, that seemed to kind of help his face pop a little bit there. Okay, yeah, he's looking pretty good. I like him. I think his beak may be a little bit big. Just shape that a little bit. And you can go around and get the back, blend that in, like that. Here it's kind of rough, you see. Oh yeah, he's a cute little guy. Most definitely. You can take these sculpting tools, and you've probably seen me use them over and over and over again. I got these online. They're hardwood tools. You can take, like this tool here, this is a really good eye tool. You just take and kind of put a little indentation above his eyelid. Kind of just brings out the eye a little bit by doing that. And you can do it on the other side too. And, you know, if you're, a lot of people, I think they have trouble with the eyes, based on, you know, people sending me pictures and that sort of thing of what they made. You know, I recommend just taking some clay, take a little bit of clay, and make lots of eyes. Do an eye, do the pupil, do the thing, do all that. And just do it. I remember when, a long time ago, when I was trying to learn how to sculpt hands. I wanted to make hands. So one day I sat down and I made like 10 hands and I sculpted them all together into this like abstract weird thing with all these hands on it. It was awesome. So yeah, I mean, that's how I got good. That's how you get good. You have to practice. Because, I mean, this, you know, being able to do this doesn't just come, I mean, you know, as a rule. I mean, some people can, you know, that's a little bit too much water there. But some people can just pick up stuff and do it. But as a rule, it takes time and practice, lots of practice. And also be kind to yourself. I mean, don't get frustrated, you know, right away. I mean, give it a minute, you know, to give yourself a chance to learn and get your fingers moving in the way you want them to, and more like the way I do it, or whatever. Because there is a learning curve, it takes time, and you just have to be patient with yourself. It takes time. And he's really a cute little soul here, for sure. So then, I still kind of got him reading like that. And I kind of got him to the point where I want him. Now I do, for me, I like to leave some texture in because the sculpture just looks so much better when you do that. I think. And when you put the finish on them, they just look a lot better, I think, to have texture. So, fingerprints and little bumps and chunks of clay, chunky bits of clay, and stuff like that. I mean, that adds character to a piece. And what you can do is you can actually create some of that. So, I don't want to make, I want to keep his eyes kind of like that, but, you know, I'd like to maybe stipple his body. You know, just take a tool and do this. You could also, you know, carve in lines. So, I mean, whatever you like. Well, let me just stipple it. And be careful when you're handling him now. Watch out for his eyes. The eyes are the, you know, most delicate part at this point. Around, stipple. Okay, so I just spent a few minutes smoothing this area around his eyes. And another thing you can do, you know, just to add a little bit of punctuation to the eyes, you can maybe put a little bit of a line, like right there around his eyelid. Just to add a little bit of kind of bring out the eyes a little bit. So that's something you can do. And just but yeah, I think for you, getting comfortable with the clay and practicing a lot is gonna be extremely beneficial to you. And then you can, do the stippling, get the body, get it the way you like. And we'll come back and do a finish on it. Okay. Now, a word to those who like to sculpt in self-hardening clay. You can speed dry your sculptures just by placing them in a warm oven for maybe a half hour. And that's what I did here. He's pretty much dry now. And so we're going to do a finish on it. And I'm going to work first in Utrecht Studio Series Acrylic in deep black. Okay? So we're going to do that. And we'll get a little paint here going. I'll use this to put the paint in. There. Oops. There we go. Alright, put the cover back on. Alright. Put that there, put him here. And I'm going to take a soft brush. I'm going to get the eyes really good. Might want to use a smaller brush for the pupils of the eyes. We'll make sure we get them really good. Pupils of the eyes, get them really good. Now, this other brush. All the detail. There we go. Take your time. Get them really good. This you can wash up with soap and water, so don't worry if you get some on your hands, it's not going to hurt you. And you want to get the bottom too, get the whole thing. Oh boy, kind of slippery. Okay, we're going to get started with the finish. We're going to be doing a verdigris finish on the owl, which is green patina. And so we're going to put him out of the way for a minute. And we got some paint. This is Utrecht Studio Series Acrylic in bright aqua green. And we have Studio Series Acrylic in Ultramarine blue. And what we do, get this over here, we're going to make a patina with the paint. There we go. And just bear with me. So I'm putting, let me see, I can swap this, here we go. I'm going to put a little bit of paint here. And I'm going to take a brush and just take little bits of both and kind of create a nice bluish green color, like that. Okay. And I'm going to get a little bit of water and mix it with it. Just a little bit on the brush. This is a small piece, so I can do it this way. And then I'm going to paint him with it. I'm going to get all the detail. And his eyes really good. Just take your time. Get a little bit of water if it's drying out and get it on, mix it with the paint and just put it on. It's water-based paint. It won't hurt you if you get it on your hands. You can wear gloves if you so choose. Look into all the detail. Get the bottom. Get all the detail. Okay, now take a paper towel and wipe him off. And just dab him. Let me see if I can get a better angle with this camera for you. Alright. Oh, here we go. Just dabbing him off. Leaving the blue-green patina kind of in the recessed areas. You can take a wet paintbrush like this and just sort of maybe clean it out a little bit so it's not so bad. It's not so heavy, I should say, not bad, but heavy. And yeah, and so it should look kind of like that. People really good. And so it's kind of like a model, black and blue kind of look, which is very nice. It looks like old bronze, and the finish is very effective and very convincing. And when we're done, most people won't be able to tell that it's clay. So, we're going to wait a few minutes for that to dry, and we'll finish it up. Okay, so he turned out a little bit greener than I wanted him to, so I'm going to take just a dab of black paint on my brush. I'm going to relax the paint by just dabbing it like this on the paper towel, and then I'm just going to kind of go over him and just mostly on his face. I'm concerned about getting it a little bit black, so it's a mixture. So the patina is more in the recessed areas and the higher points are more black. So this is a bit of an art form. I've been doing it for a long time, finishes like this, and so I kind of have a really good idea about how I want something to look when I do a patina finish. And it will take some time for you to get used to, because just like doing the sculpture, it is an art form to make something look realistically like bronze. So yeah, so I'm just kind of dusting it and just taking my time. There's no rush here, just to try to get these more high points with the darker black and the blue-green in the recessed areas. So there we go. It's coming out nicely. And then more here, more of the black. There we go. Yeah, that's looking much better. Okay. Okay. We'll let that dry. We'll come back. Okay. So now we are going to finish the last part of the finish on the owl. And what we're going to do is we're going to use, first of all, Marblex pigments in antique bronze. And we have Johnson's paste wax right here. And I put some of the Marblex pigments in a little lid here, so it's easy to get at. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to put it into the wax, like that. And then I'm going to swirl it with my thumb, like that. And then I'm going to get the owl. Let me just make some room here. I'm going to dip my finger in the powder, in the bronze, and swirl it with my thumb, like that. And then I'm just going to highlight the high points. I'm not looking to like fill it in and make it all gold and, I don't want to do that. For this to look like a really natural bronze finish, all I want to do is go around and get more wax on my finger. A little more bronze. Swirl it. Do the swirling because that's really important. And just highlight it like this. See? Then, if you want, you can take a little bit of wax on a brush, a little bit of bronze, just a little bit, and dab it really good on the table like that. And all I want to do is touch the outer edge of his pupils, just a little bit, to kind of bring him out like that. And that is how you want to look. And then after a few minutes, give it a chance to dry. The wax is paste wax. And when you buff it gently, it has a nice sheen to it. So just a little gentle buffing like this. Gentle. You can see the bronze starts to kind of glisten, and it is a beautiful, I think, I am just so moved by that finish. It really just works for me, and I have done many, many sculptures this way over the years. It is, to me, a beautiful thing. So, that concludes the tutorial. If you could, please give the video a like, share it with your friends and your family. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think about the video, and I'll try to respond. But, I have nearly 500 videos and a lot of people leaving comments, and sometimes it's hard for me to respond. A good way to get me to respond is to write to me, send me an email. There is an email address for me in the About section on my channel page, okay? Follow me on Facebook, visit my Etsy shop, and whatever. Stay in touch, send me pictures of what you make, tell me your story, and I'll write back and we can, talk about art. So that's about it. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and have a good day.